Are you trying to get into Islay whiskeys but don't know where to start? Or maybe you're intimidated by the fact they're smoky and maybe harsh on the palate. Well, you're in luck, because today I have some whiskeys for you that are good intro Islay whiskeys, and they won't hurt the palate, and they won't break the bank. Let's get into it. So, I got 4 whiskeys for you today with a gap. Why is there a gap? Well, I've had this bottle, but I don't have it on my person. So, boom. Laphroaig 10. You can't have an intro Islay list without having Laphroaig 10 in there. So, I have these ordered in what I believe is like the least harsh for Islay palates to like the most harsh Islay palates. Okay, first up we got Bunnahabhain Stirrer, an unpeated single malt Islay Scotch. It's 46% alcohol. It is matured in ex-bourbon and sherry casks. This thing I think is a great intro to Islay, even though I personally believe that Islay should be all about peat. That's just like the most authentic Islay experience. If that intimidates you, boom. Bunnahabhain makes a lot of really excellent unpeated Isleys. This was no different. The sherry comes through really nicely with these really nice fruit, like apple cider notes, and you get the coastal brine. And even though there's no peat on this, it is a good intro because with Bunnahabhain, if you like what you get with the Stirrer, you can go into the 12 or you can go into the Marsala finish, which are also unpeated, but they're excellent whiskeys. And then, I'm going to say this one wrong, I'm going to pull it off my shelf real quick. We're going to do this one together, live. You can grab the Toidich Ada, that's probably horrible, I don't care. Okay, real quick, no way his tired ass is going to be able to pronounce a pretty hard Gaelic word, and this guy's having a hard time finding something on Google. So we're going to amend that pronunciation to Chochak Aga, which is what I saw on Twitter and a couple of videos, so back to the video. This one's peated. This one's about 40 to 55 ppms, and this one's really good as well. But me saying start with Bunnahabhain means if you like what Bunnahabhain has to offer, you can go from the unpeated to the peated versions and this see if you like that. If you don't, then boom. These can be what you want for an Islay. This guy you can get for around 50 bucks, which is a great price to like start out trying out a new whiskey. So that's number 1. Okay, number 2, Kilchoman Ardbeg. I love this bottle. As you can tell, it's empty. I have to buy another one. This one comes in at 46% alcohol. It's matured in both ex-bourbon barrels and Oloroso sherry. It is a banger. Almost all of what Kilchoman produces is very good. This one's no different. It's around $60 and it's a little more heavily peated now. So we're gonna go from like not peated to peated. I think Kilchoman's malts are maybe like 50 ppms. But the sherry really cuts through that and gives you a nicer, sweeter experience while also bringing you some peat to kind of like ease your way into the experience. If you're not sure if you like the peat, try and find an Islay that's matured or finished in any like Pedro Jimenez, Marsala, Oloroso, or maybe some sweet French wine like the Sauternes like I had in this review up here. It's very good. You cannot go wrong with this, especially for 60 bucks. Kilchoman makes really good whiskeys, and I really recommend them. Okay, number 3, Ardbeg and Noah, 46% alcohol, and you're gonna notice a theme here. Also matured in sherry casks. The sherry really helps to cut through the peat. Now, Ardbeg, they're pretty aggressive with the ppms on their malts. This one's around 55, I'd say, around ppms. So little more smoke on both the nose and the palate, and it's going to be a little more smokier than the Kilchoman Ardbeg here, but it is a very good experience. I actually have an Ardbeg versus video up here. I've done this one, and one right behind me right here I've done as well, and this one I would say is the sweeter and less harsh of the 3. Now when I say harsh, I basically mean like if you're not used to Islay peat, you're gonna think it's like a lot of like ashtrays and just really like harsh smoke. But I like that. If you're really into Isleys, that's what you're looking for usually. But again, the sherry on this cuts through it. It's 55 bucks. Again, all these are really cheap considering what you're getting out of them. Great experience, and it was really good. Okay, number 4, Laphroaig 10. Don't have the bottle, but I've had the bottle before. 40% alcohol, and oh man. Again, you cannot have an intro Islay list without putting Laphroaig 10 in here. Laphroaig is like really like a mainstay for Isleys. So it's around 50 bucks, and I'm gonna say the Laphroaig 10 is a bit brighter than the Ardbeg 10 is gonna be. And the ppms on Laphroaig are around 40 to 50, so there's a little less than the Ardbeg. So, but there's no sherry on this. So the Laphroaig 10 is exclusively ex-bourbon barrels, so you're not gonna get like the sweet cut through there. But Laphroaig if you're daring, and you don't want like a full-on like ash mouth as what you're gonna get out of the Ardbeg 10, I'll get to in a second, go to the Laphroaig 10. You can't go wrong with a $50 10-year Islay, and it is literally like one of the biggest names in Islas, and they're very good, so I would recommend them for sure. Okay, last but not least, Ardbeg 10, probably the harshest, quote unquote, of the currently 5 here. It is 46% alcohol, and it is 10 years old in ex-bourbon barrels, so no sharing this one as well. This one absolutely is going to give you all of those smoky, ashy, like really meaty, bacony, like meat fat notes that I love. Also the brine as well. These two will have smidgens of them, just not as much because you're gonna get a little more sweeter fruit out of that. This one's like a nice fruit spice brine over here, just because there's no peat on this. This one, there's way less fruit. You're getting a lot of dark notes, I like to call them. Oak, seaweed, ash, you know, the brine as well. So this is one of the like most well-known Islas out there. And again, if you're of the 5, if you're feeling really daring, you can get a small bottle of this. You can get this one, and this one that I got during Halloween for 55 bucks. But a big bottle of just this one is also just $55. All of these are 60 or under. Great values, great prices across the board. And I would say that this is going to be the strongest hitter. So again, if you're feeling daring, go after this one. Okay, well that was my intro to Islay whiskey list. If you like this, make sure you give it a like and leave me a comment if you like this sort of video. I might do Highland, Speyside, Campbelltown, Lowland, Islands as well, whiskey intros there. Maybe even bourbons, Irishes, Canadians. Might do some of those too. If you guys like it, let me know, please. More comments. And if you want to see some more whiskey videos every Wednesday, make sure you subscribe. It's always appreciated and awesome. Makes you smile. And I'll see you next time.